This is a quadratic equation, x square minus 7x plus 12 is equal to 0. How to find out the solution of this quadratic equation by factorization method? We have seen that. Now I am factorizing this. Multiply by a to c. The product is plus 12. Now factorize plus 12. By finding the pair of factors, we get the coefficient of middle terms. Now I am factorizing this in this way, and the factors of plus 12 are minus 4 and minus 3. X square minus 4x minus 3x plus 12 is equal to 0. Now take the common from the first two terms and last two terms. We get x is as maximum as the common. X in bracket, write down the uncommon things. Minus 3 as the common, and write down the uncommon things in the bracket, is equal to 0. Now in between these two, x minus 4, this bracket is common. I have taken this common here and multiplied by, write down this uncommon things, x minus 3 is equal to 0. Now write down the separate equations. X minus 4 is equal to 0 or x minus 3 is equal to 0. How we can write down this? See, x minus 4, write down as it is. Now transpose this whole bracket x minus 3 to the right side. What happens? 0 upon x minus 3. 0 upon anything means it is 0. That's why we write down here x minus 4 is equal to 0. Instead of this, write down x minus 3 as it is and transpose now x minus 4 to the right side. 0 upon x minus 4 means 0. That means we get in this way two separate equations, x minus 4 is equal to 0 or x minus 3 is equal to 0. Now transpose this minus 4 and minus 3 to the right side, x is equal to 4 or x is equal to 3. 4 comma 3 are the roots of the quadratic equation. We solve the quadratic equations by factorization method in this way. If quadratic equation is given, then these are the steps to get the roots of the quadratic equation. Now, if roots are given to you, then how to find out the quadratic equation? If we do the converse step of these, then if roots are given to you, then we get the quadratic equation. Now I am showing you the converse step of this example. Yes, what is the last step? X is equal to 3 and x is equal to 4 are the roots of quadratic equation. I have written here as it is. Now transpose 3 to the left, 4 to the left. X minus 3 is equal to 0 or x minus 4 is equal to 0. Or combinedly we can write x minus 3 into x minus 4 is equal to 0. Now multiply by the first bracket to the second bracket. Now multiply by first term to whole second bracket and multiply by second term to whole second bracket. I have written here in this way. And after multiplication, I get here the quadratic equation. That means the converse step of the previous example I have written here in this way. If roots are given to you, then you can find out the quadratic equation. Instead of doing this, there is a formula or a trick to if roots are given to you and how to find out the quadratic equation. I am showing you. To obtain a quadratic equation having given roots, that means roots are given to you and you have to find out the quadratic equation. Let alpha and beta be the roots of a quadratic equation in variable x. Now I am using the variable x for that equation. Now if alpha and beta are the roots, that means these are the solutions. Therefore x is equal to alpha or x is equal to beta. Now transpose this alpha to the left. X minus alpha equal to 0 or x minus beta equal to 0. If both are equal to 0, then combinedly the product is 0. That means x minus alpha into x minus beta is equal to 0. Multiply by this to the second bracket. X square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta is equal to 0. That means we get this formula for finding the quadratic equation. Alpha and beta are the roots. That means we have to find out again the sum of the roots and product of the roots. and remember this formula for finding the quadratic equation. Now I am showing you the example. Yes, we can write down this formula in the words also. X square minus sum of the roots into x plus product of the roots is equal to 0. Here is the first example. Obtain the quadratic equation if roots are minus 9, 7. Now I am considering this as alpha, first as alpha. That's why I am writing here. Let alpha is equal to minus 9 and beta is equal to 7. Yes, to find out the quadratic equation, sum of the roots and product of the roots is very necessary. So I am writing here alpha plus beta is equal to minus 9 plus 7 and the addition is minus 2. And the product of the roots is minus 9 into 7. That means minus 63. Minus into plus, minus 9 sevens are 63. Then write down the required quadratic equation is, just we have seen the formula, write down that formula, x square minus in bracket alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta is equal to 0. Now substitute these values minus 2 and minus 63 in their proper places. X square minus it is from the formula. Alpha plus beta means it is minus 2, write down in the bracket, into x plus the value of alpha beta is minus 63, write down in the bracket, minus 63 is equal to 0. Now do the remaining calculation. X square minus into minus plus 2x plus into minus minus 63 is equal to 0. In this way, if roots are given to you, then these are the steps to find out the quadratic equation. Now we are practicing the second example. Obtain the quadratic equation if roots are minus 5 and minus 3. Let alpha is equal to minus 5 and beta is equal to minus 3. To find out the quadratic equation, first of all we have to find out the sum of the roots and the product of the roots. First of all, find out the value of alpha plus beta is equal to minus 5 plus in bracket minus 3 is equal to minus 5, write down as it is, plus into minus minus, both are minus, then add them together, it is minus 8. Now find out the product of the roots. Alpha into beta is equal to minus 5 into minus 3, minus into minus plus is equal to 15. 5 3s are 15 plus 15. The required quadratic equation is, just we have seen that formula. If roots are given to you, then how to find out the quadratic equation. Write down that formula. X square minus in bracket alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta is equal to 0. Substitute the values of alpha plus beta and alpha into beta in their proper places. X square minus in bracket minus 8 into x plus 15 is equal to 0. Then x square minus into minus plus 8x plus 15 is equal to 0, and this is the required quadratic equation. In this way we have to find out the quadratic equation if roots are given to you.